4:30 in the morning. That's what's been not keep me awake, but I was hearing during the night. Look at that river from the rain last night. Absolutely roaring. At one point I thought it was raining. No midges, well, a couple of midges, sorry, but it's chilly, very cold out here. Clear sky, you see. Right, I'm getting in before the midges do get me. Back to bed for about an hour or so. It's only 4:30, as I say, I'm not going out now. Morning, on a glorious morning, but no breeze. Just took them out. Have a good run. It's 8:15 now. We're up from about 7. Got cold through the night. Well, when I say through the night, early hours. I don't know when the rain started. I fell asleep. It was still going when I fell asleep, and I was about 10. Then it was about 12. So I don't know what happened after that because I let the dogs out at 12. Plans for today, I don't know. I think I've got to do an update on the weather. That's the first thing I've got to do. I'm just looking at the breeze. I went out a minute ago, there was 0 breeze and the midges were attacking us, of course. But there's a little bit of a breeze, but I don't know if it's a false one. Looking on the trees. There's a little flag hanging up there. I don't know if you can see it. So when I was lying in my bed, I was watching that to see if there was any breeze. Do I use this as a base camp? Lie down, Rogue. She wants some love. Lie down. Do I use this as a base camp and because I'm thinking that like the river levels are high now, aren't they? Oh dear, everything you got to think of. So shoot up today, do a check, and come back and assess it from there. I've got the option, you see. If I didn't have the option, I'd have to go. But if I've got the heart, I don't have to carry all this gear. We can go in light, so it means easier moving around, better for the dogs. The dog packs are out of the car, but I can bring them back down tonight if I come down with the car, if we come back. It also gives us time, the midges are a pain in the backside, aren't they? If you're in a tent, you're all cramped out in a tent, but I know it's kind of swings and roundabouts. I'd prefer to be in a tent out somewhere in the middle of nowhere, but if the weather's iffy, I'm sorry, I'm knocking flies and everything away, and you can't go by the sunshine in the morning because it changes in an hour or so I need to get a weather update. That's the first thing I need to do, so I'll get back to you. Right, quick update, just done weather check, and what was going to be sunny every day is now, today's going to rain from about 7 p.m. onwards. Tomorrow's going to rain in the morning, and Thursday it's going to rain, from what I can see, most of the day. So it is going to be a stickler. So we're going to have to go up by car, leave the pack here, because otherwise we're just going to be camping in the rain every day. I don't want to be stuck in weather like we saw yesterday. Jesus Christ, no way. Not with 3 dogs. It'd be hell, that one. Here we got the dry. So we're going to have to play this by ear. The weather is, so, as I say, it's changeable. It's been changeable from minute 1. I tried to grab the quickest time I could get up so that I could help out, but I wanted to pitch up there. I like to pitch up there. The weather's nice now, but that means nothing. It can change. So yeah, we're gonna have to drive up, check the area out, and sort things out from there. It's a bit all over the place, but I guess this would happen. Something like this would happen anyway. That's why I had the hutters back up. So gonna drink my coffee, get change, do my chores, sort my kit out, what I need, what I don't need. I need a jacket, gaiters, hat, leads, you know, all the basics. And leave the kit here, lock the place up, and everything should be okay. We'll find out if it ain't, won't we? Yeah, right, that's the plan for it. I'll see you later. Gotta drink my coffee. 9:20, and we're off. Nice and sunny at the moment. Hope it stays like that. So it's going to drive up to Steall Falls and do some searching up there. Enjoy the afternoon. Well, thank you, Rogue. Don't think we need to see that. Typical, you put a camera on and the dogs are going to ruin it, aren't they? Yes, behave. Hopefully the cows get you. Put DEET on. I found this, there was a day pack in there but it was broken. So I got a carrier bag to take bits up to the car. It's Poundland. Yeah, recyclable. Does the job though. Go you! Hut's all locked up. Gear's still in there. I'm taking a few bits that I don't want to be in the pack because they're for the tent. If the weather's going to be off and on, I'd rather use the hut. As I say, that's why I got it as backup. Things turn a bit iffy. We can use the hut as a base camp. He's driving up, but it doesn't matter. As long as the weather's okay, that is. I'm going to drive out in the pouring rain. Rogue, leave the grass. Right, see you at the car or wherever next. Probably be Steall Falls now, mate. Finally at Steall Falls. It's about 11:20. Got stuck in traffic. Typical. Got dogs. Rogue's got her pack. She's got the dog food. We'll take it steady down here. Make sure none of us fall over. And get on the other side and see what happens. See what we find. What we're interested in. But yeah. Behind coaches and behind slow car that was doing 28 miles an hour from Glencoe to Fort William. Oh, some old geezer. Oh, could have got out and strangled him. You know, everyone was queuing up. It was chaos. So, it's hit the area where it says danger. You may fall and break your neck and die. Beautiful though. Hitting the first lost posters. Don't think he'd be around here, to be honest. It's thick, but nothing for him here. He'd need some space. How beautiful! How slippery! As you can see, we made it out to the meadows. Path runs along the back here. So busy. So I'm scouting along the river, letting the dogs cool off. They need a rest. Stella found it hard going over the boulders. I didn't realise how bad the boulders were, especially when you got about 4 or 5 families behind you and then you're letting them go and then someone else turns up. It's like chaos. I'm trying to think where I would be if I was a dog. I don't think I'd be in the trees. Cold, dark, damp, too steep. I'd be in the meadow area. and flatter areas. At least it's enclosed, that's one good thing. And as you can see, there's the waterfalls. He's doing the rope bridge today. I used to do all that stuff years and years ago. I ain't doing that anymore. Them days are gone for me. I've been scouting around the river all the way through the bog marsh here. Haven't gone across the other side. I want to push east past all these people so the dogs can do what they want to do, searching. I also want to check in any mud areas. Stella, look at her. Any excuse to get in the water. She will be absolutely soaked now. Falls are back there. Across this bridge. Some more falls here, look. Everyone's missing these falls. How beautiful are they? And then they've missed these old ruins here. So I'm following this track. I've left my dogs behind me because I'm looking for dog tracks. Because it's really narrowing out now, so that if animals always follow trails. So I want my dogs behind me and away so that I don't have them making the tracks. Something like here, see? Nothing. Don't forget it rained heavy last night, so I could have washed them away. But there is boot prints. See, like here, you might see there's remains of boot prints. So I'm looking for remains of dog prints to rule out. If there's no dog prints, then I can rule out dogs have been up there. Unless they went cross country. But they normally take the easiest route. Animals are not stupid. What are you doing here? I told you to rest. No, Foos, behind me. Don't think we've got any more mud now. Damn. It starts going up, doesn't it? Lovely place to wild camp. Away from all the people. It's very boggy. I'll have to look for some spots. Stella, I'll try to get you to rest. I'm looking for mud prank areas, but I'll do the whistle test in a minute. I don't know if you can see it. See, that's my dogs doing this, but you start getting paw prints, you see. But I checked all that up there. See, paw prints. Rebel, rogue. So I didn't see no prints a minute ago. We'll push on a little bit further in a minute. I've got to feed dogs first. Been scanning with the binoculars, blowing with the dog whistle, checking any muddy areas, which there ain't very many here. I want to carry over this brow and down. Hopefully it'll lead to some muddy areas. There's two hikers up there. Don't know what they're doing, if they're doing Monroes or something. I'm going to be searching because you can scan all that area. And the dog wouldn't be that high up because it's colder the further you go up. So the dog's not stupid, ain't going to go where it's cold. Heard no barking, heard nothing. No birds, nothing. So it's a waterfall. I pulled away from the waterfall right down there. It goes really nice and quiet. And not a sausage. And obviously the dog ain't going to go out and put itself at risk. It's just going to try and hunker down somewhere. But after 4 weeks, my biggest fear is that it's either gone that way or gone that way. It's travelled, you know what I mean? The other fear is that a tourist has found it, wandered around, took it in the car, meant to hand it over, but fell in love with it. That's the only big fear you've got in something like this, especially with a retriever. Rebel, get away from there. Look at these. I'm trying to rest her. She wants to get up. Right, let's keep moving until they get tired. using dog whistle. Remember, what you can hear, the human ear can hear, is only part of this tone that's been put out. The tone that we humans can't hear, that travels miles. A dog will pick it up, especially in a glen or a valley like this, with the wind behind me blowing that way. I'll carry the sound. I just want to see movement. At the moment, seeing nothing. Just in case you wondered, I believe that's Glen Nevis behind us, the tallest mountain in the UK. You don't get a real appreciation of the height from here, because we're quite high up anyway here. We've got this far. I'm not going to push any further because it's just going higher, and the reason for that is, but one thing I am noticing, Rebel is scenting along this track, so that could mean anything, could mean deer, but there's no way of tracking here because it's all gravel. And that then starts leading to the two buffies, which if he's walked out of this valley or glen, whatever you like to call it, whichever part of the country you come from, he would take human path because it's the easiest. I mean, he might stray, but he's not stupid. He will take the easiest route. But I'm listening. Here you can hear things for miles. I'll do the dog whistle again in a minute and see if we get any response. Just a bark, a bit of movement would be nice. Thing is, people hear barking and it could be deer. So, you know, doesn't mean it's dogs or a dog. But we push much further out here. We're starting to go 4 or 5 miles, then we've got to go 4 or 5 miles back. And we've still got to drive home, when I say home, back to the hut, and then we'll hike from the car park to the hut. I've got to think of Stella. So what I'm doing is trying to narrow off areas, you know what I mean? So I can say, well, we were up there was nothing up there, no movement, no sound, and there's no one around, so there's no reason for the dog to be hiding. Unless it's resting, but that's why I'm doing the whistle. I'm hoping if it's resting, it'll hear the whistle, it'll wake it up, and then it'll start moving. It's not going to come running to us. No way is it going to come running up, wagging its tail. But if we can get some movement, or the dogs can pick up on something, then I can say, well, I've seen the dog. I'm going to bring I've been scanning with my binoculars as well, and they're really good binoculars for the size of them. I can't see anything, can't hear anything. Just stood here listening, looking. You can see the deer trails in the grass there, so there's plenty of deer around. See where they crisscross. Too rough the terrain there for humans. No dog barking. And sound would travel so much in there at echo. Nothing. Been blowing the whistle, scanning with binoculars, nothing. Stella's in there somewhere. She's going for a swim. Look, she's going behind the bush. Giving the dog some downtime. I'm sure she'll find a deep spot over there. See if we can see it. I don't know where she's going. No, she's double back. I thought she was going for that spot there. It's a nice spot there. I've got to say, to be honest, I'm underwhelmed by the falls of Steall. I've seen bigger waterfalls in other parts of Scotland, so I don't know if this is supposed to be a specific type of waterfall, because, you know, for example, look at that thing there. I know that's runoff, but it's still a waterfall, isn't it? It's a bit weird, isn't it? How they, oops, sorry, really zoomed in. What they specify is a really good waterfall. Underwhelmed. But I love the area. Great for hiking out into the wilderness there. Nice. Lots of people about Steall, but I haven't heard no dog barking or nothing. So where they lost it was, from what I can gather, was somewhere around there, that area there, as you're coming down. My biggest fear is backtrack, and someone has found it. I believe the dog got through somewhere. The track goes behind these bushes here. See where that little clearing is in dead centre? I think it got down through there. But that means it would have been out here. You would have seen it, unless it got on the track and got around the corner quick, but it'd have to be quick. Could have gone across, but it's no way, I mean that don't look steep, but that's steep enough. It's not going to go abseiling over that. It's going to stay low down. Trust me, when you've got 3 dogs, you know what dogs do. You might look at it and then go, nah, I've changed my mind. If I was a dog and I was loose, if I didn't backtrack, I'd carry on following that. Keep going. It's low, it's easy going. I wouldn't put, as a dog, I wouldn't put myself through an assault course for no reason. All this is sheer. You'd have to scramble up that. To you on the video it looks like that, but really it looks like something like that. And it's steep. Where that lady is just going, I believe somewhere around there is where the dog got free. So as you can see, could have got across, but it's fast flowing water. I don't know how fast the water was flowing that day. More likely went around the trap, but you would have seen it. So if it ain't in the trees, my biggest feeling is it's backtracked. I'm going to see what it's like to get backtracked now from there. Is it going up or is it going down or what? 17:45 and we've just got back. If you remember, we set off at 9:20. Oh, what's that? Nearly 9 hours. 8. Oh, I've got to put that in. Forgot that. Shut up for the window. Woo! Get off, fly. I ain't in the mood. What can I say? Apart from that lovely breeze. Got a kettle boiling. Stella putting some effort going over them boulders. They're a challenge, yeah, for no dog. Anyway, all going well. Trying to get out. Reversed out, no problem. Going down the road, and for some reason some camper van got stuck. So we had like 8 cars behind us and probably 8 cars in front of us with only one passing spot that can only take 2 cars. So some of us were reversing to other spots, and still this camper van was doing a 3-point turn in a lane not even as wide as that track out here. Oh, tell me about it. I think what happened, the camper van came up, changed their mind and tried to do a 3-point turn using the passing spot, but then couldn't do it because it was too big and blocked the whole road. So got out of there, and then everyone's driving at 30 mile an hour, even where it's 50 and 60. Tourists, isn't it? I sound like a local now, don't I, talking about tourists. Oh dear, it's just nightmare. Drive, time consuming. Going up that track to Steall Falls and coming back, it's just a conveyor belt of tourists again. I chatted to people from America, from Australia, some were from Aberdeen but sounded like American. I don't know what I said. Are you American? They said no, we're from Aberdeen. I was like, all right. They said we've got a lot of American friends. I don't know if that makes sense. Rogue, leave that. Sorry, Rogue was sniffing at something. I don't know what. Yeah, just conveyor belt of people. So trying to find a lost dog when there's like hundreds of people. Just as soon as you know you get to the falls and you think, right, that's it. You come back and they're still coming at 4:30. You know. What's going on? So crazy, absolutely crazy. So Stella's totally whacked because we had to stop to let Peter by because Stella's slower. So in the end, poor Stella was holding Peter up, but that wasn't her fault. I mean, the boulders are slippery and big, but it was just a nightmare. What do I think about if the dog's there? If the dog's there, he'd be well scared away because there's just too many people. So I'll go with my original thoughts is that we've gone east, but I can't find no tracks. But don't forget, we had heavy rain for 24 hours nearly the day before, so it's washed all tracks away. Or he's backtracked and someone's phoned him at the car park and intentionally took him to rescue him, but then probably fell in love with him and might eventually hand him over. But do I think he's in the water? Minute chance, but if he went near that where he got lost, there's some real bad kind of gorge where the water's pouring down, but I don't think he would have gone there. I think because the rocks are like quite steep going down, and when you're stepping down them and all that and zigzagging, if he's lost his lead and he was screaming a noise, he could have easily kind of backed off, and before they realised he's going backwards with someone rather than and that kid screaming could have pushed him all the way back. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, I don't think he's in the, I've got to be honest, I don't think he's in the area. That's my honest opinion, but that's my opinion. I'm not saying that's fact, you know what I mean? I don't want anyone saying, but I don't think he's in the area. I'm sorry. So I went east, blew whistle, utter silence, quieter than this place, you know what I mean? Forget the water, but it was still quiet in this place. You could hear a pin drop, and I didn't even hear any birds. Oh, that was the other thing, we're driving back and we're getting hit by a load of rain, which ain't supposed to be hitting us, but looks like it's coming this way now. So it's been a right miserable week, isn't it, for weather? Just, I think I feel in some spots now. Right, I'm going to go in, settle it with a cuppa. Sat down in the hut of chaos. It's normally camp chaos, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm waiting for the water to boil there, and I can have my chicken korma. 800 calories I need it. I have had nothing to eat all day. I had muesli in the morning and a couple of protein bars just before set off. And that's it. It's supposed to be 16 or 17. It was 20 degrees. It was lovely. But muggy. Still muggy with it. Shame, innit? We had rain yesterday. Sunshine today. I think we're going to get some sunshine tomorrow. But Thursday and Friday look a complete washout unless it changes between now and then. I'm going to be bailing out of this hut in whatever time I bail. It's going to be raining. So there's no way around that one. So, hoo-ha. Stella's absolutely whacked. I did check the mileage. We did 7 miles around Steall Falls, that area, and we did about, I'm guessing the walking is about 1.5 miles, somewhere around there. So, and then we've done like, what, 1.5 miles at least, probably nearly 2, I think it is. Let's say 1.5 miles here. So Stella's done well over 10 miles today, and she shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna kill her. You're right, Stella. Have I killed you? We'll dose you up with extra aspirin and everything tonight. You'll be morphine to the hilt. But you're the one that wanted to come, remember that? I don't really sure want to do anything tomorrow. Going there during the day is a no-no. It's just too busy with tourists. It's a shame. If the weather was nice, that would have been a perfect place to push out and camp, and I could have had a whale of time there. But it's just all over the place. I'm hearing they've still got weather alerts down where I am. I was checking. 33 degrees, 30 degrees. And here we had 20, so a good 10 degrees difference. But tomorrow and the next day, I think it's dropping. Well, Thursday and Friday it's going to be about 15, 16. So I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I'd like to go in them car parks, do searching between them car parks, but it's getting up there. It's just such a hassle with the cars. It's rammed. And what day is it? I don't know. What day is it today? Tuesday. Why is it rammed? It's just got to be the weather. When I was at passing Glencoe, there was all these foreign coaches and just all the tourists piling out. I mean, I've seen it busy there many a time, but it's normally camper vans. This time it was all coaches. Everywhere you look, and they all seem to be having a problem. And on the way to Fort William, somewhere near Glencoe, it looked like a coach had collided with something because there's debris everywhere, and the coach pulled over. So I don't know what happened. I think they side glanced 2 coaches, but they had nowhere to stop because the road was so busy, and they waited to a car park and pulled over, and I saw the driver get out and look at the side. So there was debris all over the road. But I see why the locals get so antsy, because I'm stuck behind Peter doing 40 and 50, and I'm thinking, oh, sorry, I can't be bothered. I'll get back when I get back. But the locals are overtaking me and the person in front of them because they're getting so fed out, and that's what causes the accidents. People getting impatient. It's part and parcel of it, living around here. You know the tourists are going to be out in the summer. But going up Fort William, you can see all the bed and breakfasts near the Nevis area where we were. We weren't far from Glen Nevis, and you see Nevis restaurant, Nevis cafe, Nevis. You know, everything's Nevis. You know what I mean? So they, you know, the locals are cashing in. You can't. You got to take one with the other. But yeah, thank God for this hut. This is like a little TARDIS box, you know what I mean, that we can beam down. So hit round here, no people. There's some really nice, polite and friendly people today, but there were some really rude ones. You know what I mean? I was trying to get by on some really slippery rocks, and they wouldn't move out of the way. You know what I mean? They were kind of barging by, and they could see me with 3 dogs, and they were like looking at us like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, I felt the same. What are you doing it? But they got plenty of fuss over some people. Some kids come out running out, can we fuss your dogs? And I said, yeah, they were like decent kids. Not like the ones round my way. And there was another lady, I don't know where she was from, Canadian, I think. She was lovely. She loved Stella. But yeah, car park. Crazy. Madness. Right, I'm going to have my chicken korma by Expedition Foods, and it better be good. Let's see what it is. Oh. Chicken korma and rice. As you see, I removed the other shutter. It's busted at one corner. Oh, I can't see from it. But I wanted to see the cows. I want to make sure they stay up there and don't get down here, because they get really close to the hut round here. That would be chaos with me and the dogs and the cows all around us. That would be the icing on the cake. But I need daylight. I want to be... See them waterfalls over there? I don't... Before I go. See them waterfalls there? I think they're just as good as Steall Falls. So, you know, I must be missing something. You'll see better when I show you outside tomorrow. I think they're just as good. Right, dinner time. Stop my moaning. I'm getting grouchy because I've got no food. What an evening. That flag is flying. Turned allegiance. I am a traitor to the English. What a lovely evening. It weren't like this last night, was it? There's a nice breeze. No sign of the dreaded M word. I'm not going to say them, because if I say them they will turn out. All that grey sky has gone past us. Look, just missed us. So we were somewhere coming around and we got hit. And I thought like, oh God, don't tell me I'm going to be soaked again. But no. Now I'm full up. I had chicken korma, Expedition Food, beautiful. I had some morning biscuits that I found in here. Sorry, I was starving while I was waiting for my kettle to boil. Only a small pack. Probably well out of date, but they tasted yummy. Dogs had a couple as well, and they like them. Then I had, as I say, my korma. Then I had rice pudding with cinnamon, but it tasted like strawberry in it. But hey, that was about 450 calories. Oh, beautiful. So that's about 1200 calories already. And then I had a packet of Just Fruits out of an MRE bag that I brought. It's like trail mix, but it's a very small bag. With a nice mug of coffee, and I've got all them sugars and all that back in the system because I was running low. How am I 57 stone when I do all the work I do? Hey, comments, that's what they say, don't it? Comments down below. I'm catching on, look, comments down below. Then I should put just up here. Oh, they're all at it, you know what I mean? I'm happy with the subscribers I've got. If any more want to join, they're more than welcome, but it's just nice to have a nice group, you know what I mean, that we keep in contact with and keep updated, and I can keep an eye on. If it gets too big, I don't know how you can answer some of the comments. I have noticed that YouTube is not kind of uploading like, oh, you've had a reply or something, so you've got to decipher and go through your own videos, checking to see if you've got any comments. So if I've missed anyone out, I apologise. It's not intentional. I try and reply to everyone's comments. I know the White Explorer missed a couple of these out from about 6 months ago. I don't know how. YouTube never notified me, and we always communicate with each other. We kind of have a bit of kind of banter between us. It's nice. But I hate for people to think that I've kind of missed the, you know, been ignorant or just ignore them. I haven't. I've been meaning to do an update on these boots. I will do it. I haven't had the time. I could wrench them off now and do it now, but I'm not in the mood. Yeah, I'd like to help more on the dog, but the travelling, stuck in with tourist traffic, then getting stuck on the trip up with so many people. As I say, it gets some footfall like that. There's luckily no accidents though. I mean, because there's a recipe for an accident. I was looking at people's footwear when they were walking by, and you should see them, they've all got their snazzy trainers, and it's all slippery rocks, waterfalls that you have to cross, miniature waterfalls with slippery rocks again, and gravel, and slippery surfaces. Oh dear, how no one's fell off, I don't know. But yeah, I would like to help more, but it's just one of them weeks. I've come up, just that hasn't happened. I hope they find the dog, I really do. I know what I'd be like if it was my dog. As I say, the big highlight and flashing icon in my head is no sightings of the dog at all. So that means it's either out of the area. I don't believe it's now in survival mode and hiding, because once I saw the terrain, all around that entrance where you come in, it's just like 60-degree angle, I would guess, you know what I mean? It's quite steep. Dog wouldn't trudge all up there to kind of get away. He would kind of hunker down somewhere. And that's all, like all the U-shaped as you enter, so it's really steep all round. But it opens up to the meadows. I see what they mean when they say they heard barking in the meadow area. And that again, barking in the meadow area, it could echo, so that means it could have been far to the east and it was echoing down the I think it's gone east, I personally do. I was thinking a minute ago, could someone have seen the dog in the car park and gone, oh, what's the matter, mate, you lost, you know, and kind of managed to coax it into the car? That would have been a struggle to get it in the car because it's not theirs. It could happen, they could do it. Then if they were from abroad or something like that, they can't take it abroad with them. So if they've got a holiday accommodation, they can't bring a stray retriever back with them. So I would have thought it would have been handed in, or someone would have highlighted it with the police or something, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's done that. And then looking at travelling down to the car park by itself, someone would have seen it and someone would have stopped, because there's that much traffic up and down that road. So if you saw a dog by yourself, you'd go, whoa, where's the owner? You'd soon stop, you know what I mean? So I don't believe it's done that. Crossing the river to the other side is a possibility. I don't know how low that was, but again, it ain't going to go near the falls, because everyone goes to the falls and there's just people all over the place, and there's a hut to the right across the river and there's lots of people go around there. So again, it ain't going to go places where people are going to go if it's fritter people. If it wasn't fritter people, it'd come to them and people would see it again, so it'd be sighted. That's what I'm saying. The reason I don't think it's in the area is because you would have had a sighting. If you had a sighting, you could say, well, it's here. And the barking, I think people are mistaking the barking for deer, because deer do make some funny sounds. And I've heard them. I think you heard something last time I was at Loch Dochard, and it was making it sound like it was going, Bill, you know what I mean? Some kind of bird or creature or something, I don't know. So they make some weird sounds. Different types of deer as well. But yeah, don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I'll wake up and figure it out. We're all tired. So we've gone from about 9:20 here to about 5:45 nearly. It's nearly 9 hours, isn't it? It was a long slog. So we're going to settle down now. It's going to get chilly as well with this breeze. Hopefully if the cloud stays it won't get cold tonight. I was chilly last night when I woke up about there. Again, it's clearing up there, isn't it? Right, too much rambling. That river's calmed down a bit anyway. It was going like crazy this morning, wasn't it? This must be what it's like to go on a hike by yourself with no animals and no people. Uh-oh. I woke up. It's alright, Rogue. I was going to say, it was peace and quiet for a minute. Stella got up a minute ago, so she's still alive. Good. Not too much, you two. Don't want to take too much water in. They gulp and they get pocket air. Hey, hey, hey! Enough. Lie down. Especially someone like him is a glutton. He'll take in a lot of water and he can get bloated. Rebel! Will you leave her alone? See what I mean? It's like kids. Lie down. Oh, there. Lie down. Then he treads on her. Will you behave? Don't look at me innocent. You're just gulping loads of water and then you're trying to hassle her. Leave. Look. What? He goes, yeah. Sure, mate. Well, he's gone back into a coma. She's a great mountain dog. She wants to work. So if you take her out and give her like 10 miles, hard work, counterpart, she's more than happy. Comes back, sleeps like a log. Doesn't give you any hassle. Don't take her out. Don't give her much exercise. And she's a pain in the backside all day. Rebel, he's just a pain in the backside all day. Unless it's food. Oh dear. So, got my gear hanging up. I'm in my night clothes. I'd love to just stretch out and go to bed, but I'll go sleep. I'll fall asleep. I will. I'm tired tonight. I don't want to waste my evenings. You've got to lap them out and enjoy these evenings, not lie in bed. I'd love to go Glen Nevis tomorrow. I was just looking at that on a map. Not too far to go. Just trying to find a parking spot. Because I've been through it hundreds of times, but I never got out and had a look around. Yeah, there's a lot of tourists around this time of year. As if I should be surprised. But not many hikers. I mean, this evening, 0 have gone by since I've been back. And we got back at, what was it? 5:45? There's only 2 camper vans in the car park. Yesterday, there was only a couple of cars. This morning, we had some people going to the Munro. I guess it was Munro they were going to. But just a handful, about 4 or 5 at the most. I mean, in the winter, you'll be sat here probably 8 o'clock in the morning and you'll have nothing but people going by in groups, sometimes for 4s and 5s. And it's freezing, there's snow, there's ice. It's still dark, you know what I mean? And they're going by just as it's getting light. And then in the evening, as I said, I think I told you once on one of the videos about a guy going up at 6:30 when it was covered in ice. Later on, he come back and he ignored me when I said good evening, sir. But yeah, is it the midges that put Pete off? I tell you how funny it was. You know, I'm sorry to go on, but you might find these stories funny. So I get to the car park this morning with the dogs, sorting out all the gear, and there's some Scottish guys that are pitched in the woods near Victoria Car Park, it's a common spot up there. The grass is lovely and firm, and loads just park just away from the car so they can go to the car to get food and have a barbie or whatever they're having. And I said, what, by this afternoon, they were packing up. Oh, sorry, this morning they were packing up. Sorry, as I got to my car, and they all had head nets on, and I didn't have a head net on, and I'd just come through the woods and everything, and I thought, am I getting used to Scotland? Whereas these Scottish guys have got head nets on, and when that one of them got to his car and he says, "You all right, mate?" And I said, "Yeah." And he must have guessed I was English. He says, "Where are you from?" I said, "Leicester." I said, "I'm up here having a break, but I'm also searching for this dog, you know." And he says, "Yeah, it's bad, isn't it, with the midges?" And I said, "What midges?" Because I was joking, because I didn't see any midges. I mean, there was that light midgie, you know what I mean? Like, he was literally got a head net on and everything. His mate came down with another one covering him. So, am I getting used to Scotland, where I don't notice the midges? Weird. Because you think the Scottish people would notice it more, wouldn't they? Unless they're from the east side of Scotland, where it's not so bad. I'm yawning because I'm tired. Yeah, and there's me moaning about tourists. And really, basically, I'm a tourist, aren't I? But I'm trying my best to be a local. So I paid off booking this hut as backup. I mean, I know tonight you're looking at this weather and you're going, weaky. It's so weak he is. You know what I mean? I seen what's coming Thursday and Friday, and it don't look good. So that's what I want to make use of tomorrow. If Stella's not too bad. Stella, when she gets a good rest and she wakes up in the morning, she'll be really stiff. But once she starts moving, you'll soon know how she's going to be. She's covered my front of my car inside. Looks like someone's gone round with cement and splattered it all over the front of my car inside. It's the white dirt in it, dust or whatever, silt off the rivers and all that. Right. 6 minutes past 8 and I'm dying to go to bed, but I don't want to go to bed because it's too nice in the evening. It's like torture. Well, I better leave you. Got nothing to talk for a change. Bored. So lovely up here. If I can keep the hut forever, turn it into my little home. Right, I gotta go.